Welcome to Give Me 5 minutes with Fort Smith City Director Neil Martin, where we talk about the events that happened last week and we look ahead to what's going on this week. Let's go ahead and get after it. Give me 5. Tuesday, August 1st was our last board meeting, and it was a voting meeting. So we voted on a number of different things. I'm going to only cover a few of them, but I encourage you to go to fortsmithar.gov, hover over government, then click on Board of Directors meetings and agendas. There you can see the full agenda, you can see how your directors voted, or you can watch any previous meeting. And I encourage you to look at that new feature of watching meetings where you can go to the specific agenda item and just watch that section. So that's a new enhancement that's been added to the newly revamped fortsmithar.gov, so I encourage you to check it out. In our meeting on Tuesday, we all pretty much agreed on everything. Most items were 7-0. Where we did disagree was on the ordinance for residential fowl on properties greater than 5 acres. So I had proposed an amendment to the ordinance to grandfather in those properties that were over 5 acres that had over 20 fowl. That was the rule associated with it. And so we had a little bit of back and forth. That ultimately did pass 5-2. There'll have to be some kind of attestation for those property owners that are on over 5 acres and have more than 20 fowl. But my goal was to not have that population be penalized by having to go and get a conditional use permit, which would cost each one of those property owners $350, whereas before that was not the case. So that ultimately passed, and that was really it. Everything else was 7-0. We approved a rezoning application for property in Chaffee Crossing, a new residential development that's much needed with the new FMS mission and the folks that are moving to Fort Smith. We approved construction, or we authorized a contract for construction for traffic signal improvement, and we agreed to purchase cybersecurity equipment, software, licensing. So a lot of good things on the agenda. It wasn't a long agenda, but a lot of good things on the agenda that we voted on. This Tuesday is a study session. And as always, all of our meetings are at the Blue Lion, 101 North 2nd Street in downtown Fort Smith. I encourage you to come out and watch, or you can watch it online. Now, in the future, we're going to be streaming these on fortsmithar.gov. So that's a change that's going to be coming on August 15th. So I encourage you, if you're a watcher of our meetings online, they're now going to be at fortsmithar.gov on the 15th. So be aware of that. In the study session this Tuesday, we're going to have our quarterly update regarding the status of water leaks. I know this is a hot topic for me and for many of you, and we'll get an update on the progress that they've made, how many leaks are still outstanding, the progress of the work by our utilities department and our contractor in resolving those leaks. So I know that'll be something you'll be interested in. We'll also have a presentation of the water meter reading process. This water meter reading process affects your bill. This is what you get billed every month. So we're going to get a presentation on that, and we'll also be looking at a salary and benefit study. We had a outside independent agency look at our salaries, and we'll be hearing from them to see what recommendations they have for salary and for benefits. So all those things are vitally important to the city of Fort Smith. So I encourage you to either attend the meeting or watch, and you can hear how the things your directors say, how your directors are thinking, and I encourage you to do that. This Tuesday is also election day for the renewal of the 1% Sebastian County sales tax. Now, I posted some information earlier this week regarding this sales tax, but the post details how the Sebastian County allocates the use of those sales tax funds And it also talks about the use of those funds for the city of Fort Smith and where those dollars go. Majority of them go to police and fire. Some go to the library system, Parks and Rec, and senior citizen services. So I encourage you to educate yourself about where this sales tax goes from the county side to the city side. It also benefits all the cities in Sebastian County. So I encourage you to educate yourself and go out and vote this Tuesday. That's it for this week's Give Me 5. I hope the information was informative and made you better aware of the items in front of your board of directors. I enjoy meeting with you every week, and we'll do it again next week on Give Me 5.